Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Rocket Rabbit Commentaries run-through of the Aurora mode in Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. And in this episode, we're going to do more castle exploration through the Forbidden Underground Waterway, because as Gerdat already mentioned, yeah, Aurora can't actually do the swimming. She is a small child, and she does not know how to do the swimming. So yeah, this tangent is mostly us exploring an area that we really shouldn't be in, but we get a bunch of boosts for it, so it's still worth it. Just it's not progression.
Shovel armor. That looked.
I really need to go kill Velik.
This guy is a Shovel Knight homage.
Yes, it is. In fact, if you want to play through the game as Shovel Knight, you potentially can. I'm not entirely sure how much of the game you can actually clear as Shovel Knight, but it is possible as Miriam to get an armor called the EX Shovel Armor. And what this armor does is it turns Miriam into a Shovel Knight. I honestly don't really know how it plays. I've never played with it myself, but it is an interesting reference. I enjoyed my time with Shovel Knight, but I did not actually play any of the expansions to it, so I don't know. I know that the expansions are regarded as being really good. I'm just not entirely sure how good they would be. Another Gen upgrade.
Good enough to play.
They are definitely good enough to play, at least. I know that the King Knight and Plague Knight have got issues with control, but they're not damning issues. So
it's nice that they are acknowledging the other 2D side scrollers that also were around this time.
Well, dude, Shovel Knight is officially 10 years old.
I thought that was a 2014 release.
You may have to go back a little bit further, but I know for a fact it was on 360. Yeah, Shovel Knight was on 360 and PlayStation 3, so
nice.
I want to say it's a full decade old, specifically because it came out around the same time that Mega Man's 10 and 11 were coming out.
Yeah, Mega Man, gonna compete with other 2D side scrollers as best as I can.
Honestly, I've played the demos for the new Mega Man games, but I am too bad at them to really enjoy my playing of them. I still think that Mega Man 6 and 7 are pretty objectively the high point of the Mega Man series. There's a confession, yay, and an HP up. It is important to get confessions so that we can increase the power of Light Ray. I mean, if you're looking for more Mega Man style games, they most certainly do exist. I don't think that they come with the classic boss selection that you're looking for, but otherwise, yes, there are games coming out even today that are specifically focused on giving the boss rush experience. And if not full games, then individual modes. For example, Bloodstained actually does have a boss rush mode, and it even has a boss revenge mode. Boss revenge is not a thing I'm good at, so I'm probably not going to actually be showing it off. But it is an interesting take on boss rush, where you get to play as one of 4 different bosses against the combined efforts of the heroes, including a very spoilery boss that I will not mention, but is stupidly difficult.
So I see that Gerdat, the commentator, at last has shown some scruples for spoilers.
Hey, I try to have scruples for spoilers. It's just, I don't have the best track record with it.
No, you don't. Especially when I'm watching the game that you're spoiling as I am experiencing.
This is another confession? No, another Firefly Elixir. I believe with that amount of Firefly Elixirs, we can go get Igni to 4. Which will make him, I believe, attack slightly faster. All right, so Past Gerdat is having problems figuring out where exactly he wants to go from here. At this point, I've pretty much exhausted everything with the exception of Velik and Bloodless. So yeah, we are setting up to go after Bloodless this part, which includes us doing a bunch more of traveling around, specifically Dan Chet, after we go back to Ardenville for some more upgrades, because we got some upgrade materials. So let us go upgrade stuff.
Welcome back to the dilapidated village.
Hey, Johannes.
Transmuting this time.
So, upgrade our Firefly. No, upgrade our Igni. Yay! Igni is now rank 6, meaning he should be attacking slightly faster.
Enhanced light ray.
Unfortunately, we need one more confession in order to get light rate of 4. Once light ray is at 4, we'll gain, as I've already mentioned, we will gain an additional targeting reticle for it, meaning it can go off another time, which is very nice. And whoosh.
Whoa.
Oh, come on, it's just a single bone morte bone. It's not all that threatening. Back to Don Chet we go.
No such thing as an innocuous bone projectile.
Now, are we going over to the left first, or are we actually going? Yep, we're gonna go a bit to the left. Or are we taking down the order? Yeah, we're going to the right. Okay, we are attempting to dash our way over to Bloodless now.
Oh, we must be back in a low-level area.
Oh yeah, Dan Chet is a much lower level area than most of the rest of the game. That goes entrance, Dan Chet, then the first half of Tower of Twin Dragons, then Liver Ex Machina, then Upper Liver Ex Machina, then Upper Dan Chet, and then Hall of Termination.
No Bloodbringer sword. I don't want to play with you.
Unfortunately, we cannot go up through that way because, well, there's a wall in the way. So we must go up the other way instead. Are there any particular spoilers that you want me to save for myself for this run, Mr. Cloud?
Well, okay. If you tell me you're preparing for a boss fight, like I know who Bloodless is because we already watched a playthrough of this game, just as Miriam instead of Aurora. Just I don't know. I mean, narrative ways. I mean, fuck, dude. I imagine we are going to be fighting Jeeble again at some point.
We will fight Jeeble again.
Right. Hence, they let us, get a preview of him, let's say, because you can't possibly make progress on fighting Jeeble now. And we still can fight Jeeble now, just that it's not a good idea to, because we should know better. I mean, what are the classic kinds of spoilers? I'd say the number one spoiler that you can run into in pretty much any story is who's gonna live and who's gonna die. Because if you already know that somebody's
one of
gonna
our
die,
friends is going to die because I don't pick him up until post game. So
see that right there. So now as long as I keep that in mind, I might keep my eyes open for your friends. Say like, okay, do you have maybe he's got like the Francis Ford Coppola bag of oranges or the Martin Scorsese red X of death.
No. Oh, you won't actually even see the friend that we missed because I don't pick him up till post game. So
that's funny. All my off-screen friends are dying.
Yes, they are off-screen, so they don't actually exist.
Like, oh, well that sucks.
Alright, keep flying. There we go.
Okay, and the number...
Less.
Okay, then on the subject of other spoilers, the number 2 spoiler in any story or canon is this person who they say they are, or are they actually another person entirely?
Well, Aurora is exactly who she says that she is, but there are some caveats that she is unaware of.
I see. Oh. For example, not resistant to petrification.
Well, no, she's resistant to petrify, but she's not immune to it.
Petrificus totals.
I would like a character to actually be immune to petrification, just natively in one of these games, just to throw the player an interesting bone.
A bone. I see what you did there, because bones are solid like stone.
Come on, drop the bell, please. There.
Yay.
Okay, now we have to drop the other bell.
Right. Then it rolls off into the background. See, that's what I love about these games that have basically fully rendered 3D background. It's just you can only ever interact with the environment on a 2D basis.
There we go. The whole reason we did that is so that we can open up this passageway. Now the entirety of Dan Chet is accessible to us because we have flight. Haha.
You shall not pass.
Alright, Lance Armor is down.
No.
Gamagan is down. Ouch.
My bucket helmet will protect me.
From what?
Curses. Uh-oh.
It's okay, it's just a shield outsider. We can pierce through his shield with light ray.
He has the exact same death animation as the Blood Grinder Knight.
Well, that's because they share similar skeletons.
Okay, so are we following along, everybody? Check the insides of the bells. You will find goodies inside the bells.
Yeah, that is a staple of a good portion of the Igavania games. Specifically, Aria of Sorrow's got that going on, as does Dawn of Sorrow. And I absolutely dislike it in Dawn of Sorrow because it's relatively difficult to actually check inside those for a good portion of the game. Like, in order to get all three of the items from the bell drop, which is a potion, a high potion, and a max potion, you need to do what is effectively a side quest involving getting the maximum mace crafted. And the maximum mace Mjolnir is only really useful in that specific instance, simply because it's a great sword, but it's a relatively low power great sword, and the lightning element isn't honestly all that effective against a majority of the enemies in the game. So yeah, you don't end up using Mjolnir for anything. Anyway, here we go into the fight against Bloodless. Hi, Bloodless.
I need more blood.
Well, you will not be getting
Yeah,
our
you do.
blood today. Well, I mean, you're going to damage us, but we're a small child, so we're not allowed to bleed.
Very goth. Me gusta.
No, she's very the Countess from Diablo 2, which is a reference to a different fictional character, but I never remember what that character's name actually was.
Very
So,
elegant.
Bloodless for the Aurora playthrough plays a lot like for the most part exactly like the Miriam playthrough does. Just read her movements as you can, get in what damage you can, and attempt to rush her down as much as you can. Now that she's done Bloodsteel, the fight is still exactly the same. It's just that now we have to deplete her HP again. And she actually has a, and she has slightly, well, it's not exactly the same. She gets a slightly better and a slightly more diverse pool of attacks, like this one. Blood Cyclone.
NATO. I was going to say Blood NATO.
You can tell how much she's been damaged by how missing her skirt and corset are. I do like that. I do like that specifically about this fight. It's a detail that I only barely noticed because I end up failing pretty hard at the Bloodless fight whenever I'm doing a Miriam mode run. or when I'm fighting her a bit under-equipped on randomizer. But Bloodless is down.
Yeah.
And she gave us another light ray. Woot! All right. In the next episode, it looks like we're finally gonna make some actual more progress after doing some more map exploration. Be safe, everybody.